Good morning, guys. This is Nam. Today is the 6th, 2018. Yeah. I'm making this video because obviously I want to take like traffic court. So pretty much this is how to file a complaint. Now obviously I am new at this, so I'm gonna find a complaint individually, but I will definitely learn it though. Don't get me wrong. So how to file a complaint. This is my complaint. Affidavit of facts, exercise the constitutional and treaty secure right and rights of indigenous people, which is treaty secure rights. Okay. Philadelphia Municipal Court, Traffic Division, Philadelphia Parking Authority, Philadelphia Sheriff Office, and impound lot number 7. They don't if you told the car itself. The U.S. Department of Justice. This is now I don't know how to file a complaint. This is my first time. So this is action short. Expanding Traffic Division, Philadelphia Parking Authority, Philadelphia County Sheriff, jurisdiction of this court is action containing complaint from legal belief and damages if brought against the defendant. Because you can't just send your document directly to the Supreme Court without going through the administrative process. And on here, so like in my previous video, I say you have to know each and every every department and what their job is. Department of Justice are in charge of making sure actually making sure that justice is provided for every citizens and non-citizens. Okay, hold on, I'm about to contact this number right here. If you see, it's the civil right division forces civil right law, blah blah. So, I'm still, I'm new at this, so it's good to ask questions. So, 855 856. This isn't a civil right matter. it's a constitutional matter, but let's contact different people and hear what they'll say.
Reach the Department of Justice, Civil Rights Division, Citizens Complaint Line. Our hours of operation are 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time, Monday through Friday. Complaints can be mailed to the Civil Rights Division.
Okay, so there they go. Alright, so let's go back to my document. This document doesn't make sense, so that's why I'm just looking over it. Because it's a complaint. So why would I need original venue if it's a complaint? It's a constitutional complaint. Okay, so the best thing to do is go online. Look how other people will do it. You know, it's a complaint is a written. It's a written statement.
On date, I bought, leased, rented, or had repaired a name of the product with serial or model number or service. Your product or service has not performed well or the service was inadequate because state the problem. I am disappointed because explain the problem. For example, the product does not work properly, the service was not performed correctly, I was billed the wrong amount. Something was not disclosed clearly or was misrepresented, etc. To resolve the problem, I would appreciate your state the specific action you want, money refunded, charge card credit, repair, exchange, etc. Enclosure copies, do not send originals at my records, include receipts, guarantees, warranties, canceled checks, contracts, model and serial numbers, and any other documents. I look forward to your reply and a resolution to my problem and will wait until set. A time limit before seeking help from a consumer protection agency or the Better Business Bureau. Please contact me at the above address or by phone at home and or office numbers with area.
This is simple. This is sweet. This is a complaint what I'm going to do is change everything to the United States Supreme Court. By the way, it's a criminal offense once the violation of your constitutional right is not a civil offense. You have to open up at 9 o'clock, so it's 8 on this side. Pennsylvania territory is 8:51. Now let's look for one. Let's look for some real good ones. I've seen that one. I've seen how short it is. My memory is still fresh. It didn't die off. So, to complain. They got a complaint sheet. Let's see. Tariq implement theirs and all. Malcom implement theirs and mine together. So it's a complaint against the institution, which the department is an institution. I'm waiting, guys, until it's like it's like if we know who's who's. Department of Justice is the one who enforce, all laws. So laws. Right now, I'm looking for a complaint. You gotta do research. Okay, the Latino brother. Okay, so let's look at this and dissect this. This will tell us how we'll write our own rates via first class electronic mail. The Honorable Joseph, so he is the mayor. Mayor, Honorable Joseph Matoro, Jr., Mayor, Town of Eastern. Yeah, I think it's the investigation of police department. Dear Mayor Matoro, we ran a report. We write to report the finding of civil rights division investigator at Winston Police Department. To the violent crime control and law enforcement act of 19 anti-discrimination conference. A whole investigation which began in September 2004 focused on alleged the EHPD officer engaged in base policy, police's unconstitutional search procedures, and the use of excessive force. This investigation was conducted completely separated from the finding contained in this letter do not contain any information collected during any ongoing federal criminal investigation involved EHPD. Our investigation has been extinguished if we reviewed the large volume of documents from the police department, interviewed police and town officials, and met with based on our review, we found that EHPD engaged in a pattern or practice of systematic discrimination against Latinos in violence of the 14th Amendment to the Constitution. Okay, that's fake. Title on 6th Street. In particular, we found that the police engaged in discriminatory police against Latinos, including but not limited to targeting Latinos for discriminatory traffic enforcement, treating Latino driver more harshly than non-Latino driver after a traffic stop, and intentionally, willfully failing to design and implement internal system of control that will identify, track, prevent such misconduct, the pattern of practice of discriminatory policing that was observed was deeply rooted in department culture and substantially interferes with the ability of EHPD to deliver service to the East African community. In addition to the former final discriminatory policy against the Latino, there are two additional areas of serious concern that we could conclude that EPD engaged in a pattern of practice based on bias, policing against Latinos and violence of laws. Okay. So we see this. This seemed like plaintiff. This is the executive. CEO. Okay. So I gotta write it in the form of a complaint. Dang. Well, I'm left out. Well, I mean, I'm gonna still see. The complaint isn't based on that. The complaint is based on constitutional rights. But I can't even write mine. If you need this template, you just let me know and I'll provide it to you. I'm thinking how to use this template to implement. You can just go to the site. I don't know what site I got it from. To implement, what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna pause it right now so I can see if I can implement what I'm gonna say into this. It's Lien, everybody. I wrote who would it be addressed to? Here it will be addressed to the United States Secretary. Let me go. Oh, by the way, I gotta call them too. Oh, by the way, I can't call them today. It's Saturday. So it'll be addressed to these guys. Because he's the CEO of the U.S. Department of Justice. I mean, I think the clerk of office is who we're supposed to send it to, but who cares? And up here, you write your name. If you need a template, you just let me know. Now, technically, blah blah. Now, I'm not really sending this. It's just a list that I wrote. So they can actually put people like so you can actually file a complaint. Now, dear Jefferson season. Police Department District 18 have violated my constitutional right of travel. Policy enforcer who goes by the name of the name and the other guy name both have failed to present a cause of action or crime. Instead, they enforced their color of law and stole my home good automobile on the date of whatever date that it happened. Time that it happened, location near the corporate city. Remember, these are cities. These are corporations. I'm sorry, they're not the original name of the land itself. So you gotta go near the corporate city. 54 Willow Ave, Philadelphia, PA, zip exempt 19144. It doesn't matter where. That's just an example. And I put a law, a case there, Supreme Court's ruling of case. Then Justice William, blah blah versus The right to travel is a part of liberty of which the citizen cannot be deprived without due process of law. Under Fifth Amendment, freedom of movement across trees in either direction and inside. I don't really like this one actually. No, because obviously the citizens cannot be deprived without. Okay, I mean I'm gonna leave it, but I don't really like it. I think I'll just switch it with another ruling. Oh, 1 second. One of my clients was just requesting something of me. Alright, so you like, I don't even have to put this here. I'm gonna move this from here. Example 1. So all you have to do is just like, I explain what happened. They violated my constitutional right, or right, my constitutional right. And I put a case law there, Supreme Court ruling. Then, we wanted to, obviously, this, this. Then from there, we took it to the next level. I've told the policy enforcers, because why they're policy enforcers, they're security guards for the corporation that, whoever the corporation laws that they're enforcing on the general public, especially Moorish or people that don't associate themselves with the corporation states anymore. Policy enforcers that I'm exercising my constitutional rights to travel, and and so I told the policy enforcers, police officers, that I'm exercising my constitutional right to travel, and was there any crime I committed or your department or your department or your department accusing me. Or your I mean, you gotta word it better. Or you accusing me. You accusing me of committing a crime. I think that sounds more better. Just play with it, make it sound fancy. He refused to answer and kept asking me for NID, identification card, and said he wanted to check if I owned the home good, automobile, home good. I'm gonna put here automobile. Automobile. I told the officers or policy enforcers. So because they're not really an officer. We go look up officer. Officer obeyed the law. policy enforcers doesn't. So I told the policy enforcer, yes, I own this this property, and that I am not driving. Okay, and from there I put another I'll put like this right to signify that something like this. The right to park or travel is part of the liberty of which the natural person citizens cannot be deprived without due process of law under the Fifth Amendment of the United States Constitution. Kevin versus this is another Supreme Court ruling. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this in another color so we can identify what we add in it. I'm gonna just make it small. And change the jaw. Okay, so and I added that right there. And this one I don't like. Article of Confederation. It's another one. The free inhabitants of each of these states shall be entitled to privilege and immunity of free citizens in the several states, and the people of each state shall have free ingress and regress to and from any other states. So that's another law itself. These officers, the policy enforcers. Why? Because officers obey the law. Policy enforcers doesn't obey the law. The law of the land is the Constitution and the treaties. Now, the color of law is the codes that they created. These policy enforcers took an oath to uphold the Republic Constitution of the United States of America as the supreme law of the land, and they refused to uphold their oath. And they refuse to uphold their oath of office. I, Ahmed Silal, am not a U.S. corporate citizen. I am not in your corporate state of I was traveling on my ancestral estate, Lien territory, which is commonly referred to as the state of Pennsylvania. I, Aboriginal Moorish American, possess freehold by inheritance. I demand my property automobile to be returned if not compensated.
Compensate.
Okay, yeah. About I took that just from here. You know, the state is prohibited from violating its rights. Blah, blah, blah. So you could use any of this, just add in your documents. Okay, if not compensated, maybe this is how I'm saying it. For compensated in the amount. In the amount of 4,000 lawful money, gold or silver, or gold, silver, or right now it's fine. So as you can see, this is my writs. To resolve the problem, I would like for you to train your employees. I would like for you to train your employees, police officers, or your policy enforcers. No, your employees. Yeah, your employees, because the city employs them, the state employs the city. The state have authority over everybody in every single city. Your employees, police officer, on how to deal with Moorish Americans. Moorish Americans, when they are not a part of your corporate jurisdiction, your corporate jurisdiction and corporate state. Okay, so you see that list of document that I filed. A list of document that is attached. And you can even make these documents look fancy. Like, you can make stuff look fancy. It is attached to this, that is attached. Okay, so you list all those documents. I would be looking forward for a reply within 2 weeks of receiving this complaint. If I don't get a response back, then I will be filing the complaint to international court. These policy enforcers overstep their boundary. One second, guys. What was that again? Overstep their boundaries. By the way, I'm terrible at spelling. So, I will be looking forward. If not, court. I will be filing a complaint to the international court. Capital C. International court. These policy enforcers are overstepping their boundaries, and we Moorish Americans are starting to notice that. Alright, so let's take one of my writs. I hope it wasn't too long. I'm gonna write another one to notify the Department 18. I'm not sending this out because it's too late. But technically, this is my writ right here. It's not the best. It might have a lot of error. It might not have a lot of periods. Not have a lot of punctuation marks, etc. But this is my writs, and yeah. So if you need a template, you just let me know. We could definitely help each other. I could definitely give you a template. So who do you send this to? If this is a complaint, right? You send it to, because the person that's in charge of all complaint is the United States Department of Justice. So they're in charge of making sure all these corporate states and also corporate city are like doing their job. If you talking about business itself, you gotta contact the Better Bureau of Business. Just Google them online. They're in charge of Walmart and all these other businesses. But a complaint on like a public a policy enforcer, a police officer, the city, the state, you file that directly to the United States Department of Justice. In fact, Nancy L. Bay, she filed a complaint directly about her city doing systematic crime towards her, and then obviously if you just look up her case, she actually won. She won like $100 million. So it's definitely possible. The United States Department of Justice took the actual complaint and actually went and actually sued the state for that. So yeah, that's technically it. This is my writ. I don't know if I should put it in the form of an affidavit, but this is, yeah, I think like right, maybe on top I'll put like in the form of affidavit. Like affidavit of, it's a affidavit of what? Because if you put in the form of affidavit, you're stating that this is the truth and only the truth, and this is what exactly happened to you. So this was okay. An affidavit of facts. So affidavit of facts. Alright, so well, it's not popping up, but you know what I'm coming at. An affidavit of facts. There it is. Because this is factual. This is, you could even do a affidavit, like an affidavit of facts, and just a notice to all parties. Below, notice to all parties. In fact, yeah, like right below, you could just put notice to all parties. You have to learn how to write your own writs. What are writs? Like lawful documents, lawful affidavits of fact. You have to know how to write it. Because you can learn all the laws you want, but if you can't write your own writs, then you won't be confident in whatever you're doing. So writing this actually made me feel empowered. So it's very crucial. You have to learn how to write this. In fact, I wrote writs a couple of times, but this one right here, this seems different. So right here, I'll just put notice to parties. Okay, that's about it. I'm done. Yeah, we're gonna move on from here, and next time when we do our things, next time we do our thing, we'll go about it even powerful. So I'm saving this now. It's already is saved. I'm using Google, so it's already saved. But this is about everything. I'm in my head. Know that what we gonna do. Yeah. So if you have any questions, you just let me know. This is Ahmed Salal, and it's the time for me to go. Salute.